Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I'm Chris and this is Game Chambers. Now last time we fought our way through Minago and Staunton, cleared out the citadel in Drezen, and hopefully now we have a few level ups to do, and hopefully we'll get back to the camp so we can go through a bit of gear and a bit of rest and recuperation and all that sort of stuff. So I'm assuming now that we just have to leave. We're going to have a bit more of a look around this floor, just in case we've missed any secret doors or anything like that. Did we look out on the balcony? I think we did. Yeah, so that must be the main entry to the Citadel. That's where Minago sort of used the cover of our mammoth to get out of there. This totally looks like a secret door here, but no one's making perception checks, so I'm assuming that it's not. Actually, this might just be the entirety of the map. So just like a boss area. So we'll wait till we get back to the camp and have a safe spot to rest before we do our level up.
The commander of the crusade has managed to overthrow 70 years of demonic rule in Drezen and restored the Sword of Valor to its rightful place. Will the commander be able to defend the banner she has won with such a valiant effort?
Okay, so that's definitely the end of Book 2. 10 days passed. Wow. Build the main stables in Drezen. Is there a bit of city management going on, is it? Order the Crusade's craftsmen to improve the relic. Hi, Erebeth.
Knight Commander! I know you have not had time to sit in on any council meetings in recent days. You've been so busy restoring order in Drezen that you've barely found time to sleep. However, there are some matters that require your attention. I am ready to report if you have a moment.
I'm listening. Please proceed.
Thank you, Knight Commander. The Crusade forces liberated Drezen quickly. The demons did not have time to recover from their defeat in Canabras. Every death is an irretrievable loss. But your leadership has minimized such losses as much as possible. The battle for Drezen went brilliantly. Your party attacked the demon commanders, cutting off the head of the enemy forces. We suffered some losses, but nevertheless it was a triumph. Queen Galfrey has been notified already, and sent her messenger with a letter for you and a royal reward.
Erebeth gives you the letter. So you get cloak resistance +3 and a letter from the Queen.
In any case, we would never have won if it weren't for your amazing powers. The moment you raised the Sword of Valor over the Citadel, the light of it must have been visible all the way back in Mendev. And the banner itself, it changed after coming in contact with you. Anyone else would call it sacrilege. I don't know what to make of it myself. It's surprising and strange. You know, you've changed, Commander. You've acquired a pet.
She nods at the dragon.
But of course it's much more than that. It's like you were wandering blind before, and now you've found a firm footing. I can sense something emanating from you. I can't explain it. It's like a gust of wind.
Confident now, I know that we will prevail. That's... okay. You're just used to stony face. No, that's too... chaotic, yeah. Those are too carefree. Yes, I am confident and know that we will prevail.
That is good to hear, Commander. The hope you have, that is what we have all been sorely lacking. We won the battle for Drezen, but this war is far from over. The demons know our true strength, so we must brace ourselves for a merciless counterattack. They will do everything they can to gain control of the city and destroy you personally, and all of us along with you. The only good news is that cultists make up more than half of their forces, so they will have to march the same roads as our fighters. If they were all demons, they could appear here instantaneously and lay siege to the city.
Well, not anymore.
Praise Iomedae for small mercies.
This is what the Sword of Valor does.
The main demon forces are moving out from the City of Eyes and the Threshold Fortress. Scouts are reporting that for now we don't stand a chance of tearing through the defense and launching a counterattack. We can only gather our forces, rebuff their attacks, and wait for the right moment. Unfortunately, other hostile groups keep appearing out of nowhere. And on top of all that, Minago is still prowling around somewhere out there. Anevia's trying to find out where that Abyss scum has run off to. Maybe she's already got some leads. Luckily, we are not alone. Mendev is with us. Queen Galfrey has sent us the first reinforcements. They've just entered the city. Besides, news of your victory is spreading through Avestan. I'm sure that crowds of new volunteers will soon be pouring into Drezen, inspired by your feat. And that's very good news, because we're going to need troops. Here is a brief report about the main problems we're currently facing.
Erebeth shows you a sheet of paper with a list of 4 items. Demons with special powers, secret path, missing patrol, and dragon. So this part of the adventure path, book 3, was actually very similar to Kingmaker. It was a hex map with a whole bunch of different things on it. There was actually a lot of interesting encounter areas, and I ended up adding in a whole lot of my own encounter areas, so it's going to be a very different to how my playthrough went, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing how they do it here. What can you tell me about the demons with special powers?
Remember that Nabasu that attacked our camp?
Oh, great.
He had powers that no ordinary demon should have. It is not the only demon of its kind. We keep receiving reports about similar monsters. All isolated cases for now. But it's possible that in the future, we will see entire squads, if not armies of them.
So these haven't been mentioned yet so far in this version of it, but there was crystals called Nahandrian Crystals, I believe it was, and the demons were actually using them to grant mythic powers to their demons, so I'm guessing that's what that storyline will be.
Find out where they're coming from. Find the source of their power and destroy it. If we don't, they will crush us before long. Even you can't defeat an entire army of such monsters.
Secret path.
We can usually spot armies of demons in advance, as their hordes march along the Grey Road from Eyes or Threshold. But sometimes packs of them appear out of nowhere. They're managing to avoid our scouts somehow and sneaking into our territory. If we don't solve this problem, we cannot attack. The demons will just appear at our backs, block off the gorges and cut us off from Drezen. Anevia is trying to find out how the demons are getting into our territory, but she hasn't succeeded yet. Talk to her. She will tell you more about what she's doing.
Sounds like Anevia is going to be pretty important.
Yes, it disappeared without a trace during a mission. We didn't even find any bodies. Maybe someone abducted them, or there's some natural threat in the area. We can't rule out the possibility of desertion, either.
Okay, we need to find a patrol.
The troop was patrolling the southern road out of the city. The last surviving settlements of Sikoris lie in that direction. But after the siege of Drezen, contact with them was lost. Hardly any of the inhabitants survived once the demons invaded the area. That's where I started the search.
A dragon? What dragon?
As if we didn't have enough problems with demons already. Now there's a wild dragon in the vicinity. Luckily, it's not part of the demon army. If the demons had a dragon on their side, it could pose a serious threat.
I think it's a purple dragon of some sort. Struggling to remember exactly what sort of dragon it was.
There's very little food in the World Wound, and the dragon doesn't seem to have a taste for demons and cultists. She keeps attacking small squads of crusaders, picking off those who fall behind, ravaging supply trains. The dragon's been sighted frequently in the sky, but we don't know exactly where her lair is. We have someone to help with this, though. Do you remember the dwarf who bravely attacked the Baylor in front of the Citadel during the siege? He is back in the city, and he doesn't mind hunting this dragon, apparently. Go talk to him in the tavern. We might be able to help each other.
Yeah, I don't really want a rogue or whatever he was. Is that all?
There are a few pleasant matters. At the Queen's command, the Crusaders who took part in the attack have had their pay doubled, and medals will be awarded to those who were particularly outstanding in battle. You know one of them. The Knight Elan from the Houndhearts. He led a troop of Nerosian recruits and brought them to the main forces, and later drew the demons' attention in the battle with the Baylor, allowing the wounded to be rescued.
So that's a cool little callback to the eventual adventure path too. So their players' characters used to be able to earn these medals depending upon what they did, and the medals would give small sort of buffs to
There is one
the
more
party.
thing. As you know, there is a vast dungeon under Drezen. It's empty now. None of those imprisoned by the demons survived, and we don't have any new prisoners. We've temporarily placed the body of Staunton Vane in the dungeon. You slew him. What are your orders regarding his body? Anevia thinks we should burn it quietly and forget about it. Some want to see his corpse displayed in the square, but I don't think we should behave like demons and barbarians. He may have been our enemy, but he deserved to be buried as a knight. However, the decision is yours, of course.
Does he deserve to be buried as a knight? I don't think I agree with that. That's cool. See, we could have raised him as a companion here if we were a lich, perhaps. We're definitely not going to display the corpse. I think we're just going to burn his body. I don't want him buried as a knight. Burn his body quietly.
Right you are, Commander. Commander. That day during the battle...
Ah, that's right. We pulled her out of the battle, didn't we?
No. My apologies. That is all, Commander. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, she lost her morale. Giving a salute, Erebeth turns around and quickly leaves. I don't understand these cities that mortals love so much. Stone, stone, and more stone. All the doors are so close to the ground and they're all the same shape. Why don't you ever put a door on the top floor and slide down to the ground instead? And why do they even want to go outside if there's no fun out there? If somebody built a fountain full of jam, say, I'd understand. The sudden voice from over your shoulder drops to an excited whisper. Or a chocolate tree, so people could break off a branch to munch on as they pass by. I'm guessing this is Aviva. Huh? Who's speaking? Me! A tiny female dragon, an evident chocolate tree enthusiast, emerges from behind you. Don't tell me you didn't notice the cute little dragon following you. Well now, cute little dragon, if that's true, why did you only start speaking just now? Maybe I was a little shy. After all, we don't know each other. I had to look around and get used to things. Everything about the material plane is so weird and grey and stony, especially Drezen. What's your name, dragon? Ivu, maybe? Ivu. We're gonna go with Ivu. Because I'm little. In my family, our names get longer as we get bigger and older. Just imagine how funny it would be otherwise. Imagine being a 5-year-old dragon, barely hatched, but they already call you Reslarabren or Ilthuliak or something like that. The little dragon snorts, and you conclude that this is her way of laughing. So where did you come from? What do you mean, where did I come from? I flew all the way here to you. Well, I moved between the planes a little bit, and then I flew the rest of the way to you. You've always wanted to have a dragon of your very own, haven't you? Who wouldn't want their own dragon companion? I'm not sure I've ever thought about it before. Maybe you've dreamed of having your very own pony. Or a cat. Maybe a kobold. That's also good. And Emerylda's not much one for having pets. Having friends is what she would consider the spirits, and Avu. Ivu? We're going to go with Ivu. So you don't like Drezen much then? It's not that I don't like it. You can have fun here too, but I liked my home in Elysium more. The little dragon frowns comically. That makes sense though. After all, we're fighting the demons and they make everything around them dull and nasty. But you're going to stop them soon, right? Oh, speaking of demons and fighting, you really need to head out to this beautiful ridge outside Drezen as fast as you can. Your friends are waiting there for you. There's something urgent and important they need to tell you. What friends? They're so nice. They were really happy to see me. They really wanted to see you. I only flew past them once, so I don't know much. But it must be important. I wonder what's waiting for me this time. Something really fun. You'll see. Okay. Oh boy, look at that map. So it's the same map. We can still go back into the Citadel. We have everybody to talk to out here. It looks like everyone is outside. One-Eyed Devil, Horgus Gloom, Blacksmith, Exotic Weapons at Wilsa, and Weaver Jewelry Trader. This looks like it might be our base of operations for a while. Okay, so all the buildings that we could go into during the encounter are still here. Right. Got Mythic tiers as well. For everyone that wasn't in the party. Oh wow, we have a lot of characters now, don't we? Alright, let's just poke our heads back in back in the Citadel. Okay, not what I was expecting. A middle-aged paladin with a genial face salutes you. His sparse grey hair stands in fuzzy tufts on his head, giving him a distinctly unwarlike experience. Everblight Crusaders reporting for duty. My name is C.R. Cobbleton, and I am at your service. Queen Galfrey is gathering the main attack forces in Nerosian. She ordered us to replenish the losses suffered in Canabras and come here. We will support your troops. A tall, dark-eyed lad is standing behind C.R. He passionately echoes C.R.'s words. We are ready to go to the front immediately. Allow us to be the spear of the attack. The old Crusader calls the young man to order. Morvig, don't speak unless spoken to. Don't worry, no one will be defeating any demons without you. C.R. smiles kindly and tussles the boy's hair. Who have you brought with you? Everblight Crusaders mainly, but we have a lot of volunteers who joined us. Those who arrived at the Queen's call but didn't want to sit in Nerosian waiting for the main army to set off. All the hotheads know that the front is here. C.R. nods to the boy behind him, the one who's eager to fight. We picked up this one too. He walked to Canabras with an old sword in his hand and a few copper coins in his pocket. He was going to keep walking to kill the demons, and he probably would have laid siege to Threshold, no doubt. The boy's cheeks go pink at the old man's gentle mockery, but he continues to stare ahead, resolutely and boldly. Did you fight in Canabras? How are things there? Not personally, no. The Queen summoned me and the bulk of our order to Nerosian. Almost all those who remained behind in Canabras died. The ones that didn't were disorganized and leaderless. But the order did not perish. New volunteers have been pouring into our ranks, and we are licking our wounds. Canabras is rebuilding. Life wins out. People are coming from all over Avestan to help. Many are joining up with the Crusaders, just as it happened back in the First Crusade. Avestan is the continent of Galarian where the World Wound actually is. Great, you'll be serving under my command. The Crusader gives you a friendly smile. It is an honor for us, Commander. Let's give the demons a dusting. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, so we don't have the entirety here. We've just got... So Anevia's in here. Got the guards, manage Crusade affairs, Regel's in here. Which is good. I think Regel should be one of our leaders. Look who it is! Hi! Have you figured out how the demons have been sneaking up on us? Anevia answers with scarcely concealed irritation. No dice. Our scouts crawled all over the area, down every hole. Nothing. The Grey Road was completely empty and then, bam, a whole army popped up like a jack-in-the-box. My only lead is a few scouts who didn't come back from the gorges to the southwest, but we found no signs of a secret path or underground passageways, and definitely no route we can use to quietly move a large force through. But I feel it in my gut. There's some evil scum out there. We just have to look harder. Of course, I could send out more scouts, but they might just disappear like the first ones. Why don't you go out there yourself and find out what's what? Yeah, that makes sense. Send me out there when our master spy can't figure things out. Sure. What do you think of my new powers? It seems a bit irrelevant to ask. I don't know if this counts as blasphemy or whatever, but you look like Desna just had her wicked way with you. Got a bit of that divine sass about you now. And the dragon? I'm a little put out that I didn't get to see how you flew on the thing in battle, sending the demons running scared, grabbing whatever they could and hightailing it out of there. Did you find out anything about where Monago is? Nope. Zero. Zilch. A whole lot of nothing. The scum melted into thin air. Soldiers saw her jump out the window, run through the square in front of the Citadel, and suddenly disappear. We haven't heard anything from her since, and I don't like it. I'm telling you, this is bad. First of all, her kind don't just give up. If we can't see her, it means she's setting a trap for us, somewhere we won't expect. I mean, it'd be great if the Demon Lords just gobbled her up for all her failures, but I think that's too much to hope for. That's not the worst part. We have a more interesting question, you know. I wonder how she teleported from the city, if by the time you'd already hung that banner. The soldiers are saying it probably wasn't in full force, but you and I both know that's dross. She wasn't supposed to be able to teleport, but she did. Question is, how? Probably because she's mythic. I'll probably override the banner. Alright, you watch yourself now. Alright, Regil. Regel's pale yellow eyes freeze in an expression of polite attention. Knight Commander, greetings. How are the Hell Knights? I could tell you a great deal. However, the Order's recruiters would be a better source of information on such matter. Who do the Hell Knights answer to? Only to the heads of their orders. In my case, it's Lictor Rezak Oantor, head of the Order of the Godclaw. As a rule, the Hell Knights do not submit to the jurisdiction of any state. The same is true of local laws. We are happy to help local governments bring order, and if we consider their request lawful, and if those who ask are worthy, but we do not serve them, and we have every right to refuse their demands. So what do you value most? The law, and only the law. Why is he lawful evil, then? If you care so much about the law, how can you ignore the authority of the lawful rulers of the lands where you operate? We cannot call it law just because some foolish local prince brought it up or a council of demented elders deems it wise, now can we? You see, one of the main principles of our brotherhood is that no one is immune from prosecution. A lawful ruler may be a criminal that poses a threat to society. We must be able to punish them as well. That is why the Hell Knights only honour the measure and the chain, the doctrine shared by all our orders, and why Hell Knights serve only their officers and the aim of transforming this chaos-torn world and leading it to a brilliant and ordered future. We are the main bastion of order in Golarion, no matter how much some naysayers try to refute it. Do we want to know how our new order members recruited? We accept as armigers any we find worthy, but for the main test, the one that separates the strong from the weak, they must face down a devil summoned directly from hell. If they beat this beast honestly, the armiger becomes a rightful Hell Knight. If they lose, we simply forget their existence, like the world made an unfortunate mistake. Thank you, Regil. Expanding one's knowledge is a good deed, provided, of course, that this knowledge is useful. Ask if you have further questions. Thank you for speaking with me. He's definitely not evil. He does not read as evil at all. Has Rebeth got anything new? That's a good sword. Hail, Commander! Okay, here's your sword. I found your father's sword. Praise Aomade! Irabeth takes the sword as gently as if it were a living creature and sheathes it back in the scabbard. I don't know what to say. I am forever in debt to you. I never thought I'd get my sword back. It's a good sword. I really would rather it be on Sealer, but definitely not worth 700 XP. Please allow me to reward you, and please, no objections. I could never replace this sword. I shall never part with it again, I swear. Oh boy, 50,000 gold. Well, sword was probably worth more, but I'll take it. We need to talk about what happened during the attack on Drezen. Irabeth lowers her head. My behaviour was unworthy of a knight, even less a commander. How can I lead the soldiers when I was sitting around while the others shed their blood? Under the circumstances, leaving my position would be tantamount to desertion. Still, as your advisor, I strongly recommend you release me from my position as head of the Order, strip me of my knighthood, and let me serve in the condemned. So we can't fail these checks. Okay. You know I have no interest. I think this top one is the one we want. Suggestion is no better than desertion, except you want me to take response. So we got really no option to send her to the condemned. Okay, who will he... No, we're going to go the first top one. Few deserve those titles more than you. Don't blame yourself. Under the circumstances, you did everything possible, and more besides. Thank you, Commander. The gratitude in Irabeth's voice is sincere. A spark of enthusiasm appears in her eyes, which had grown dull over the recent weeks. What is 24 experience going to do for us? The half-orc salutes you sharply. For a moment, you once again see the Irabeth who is ready to protect the defender's heart to her dying breath. Thank you for still trusting me. More than anyone else does in this crusade, even more than I trust myself. You are still a paladin. Aomade still grants you her powers, so you're still worth trusting. Despite your words, Irabeth obviously still feels unworthy of her commander's rank. Changing her mind will require more than platitudes. Perhaps you can bolster her by appointing her to a position where she can work more closely with the rank and file of soldiers, those whose faith in their commander remains undimmed. How is the Eagle Watch doing in Canabris? Everything is going well. I was wary of handing over the reins at first. I was afraid that everything would fall apart without Anevia and me, but I took a risk and left a very clever lad in charge. A tiefling, as it happens. He infiltrated the cult alone. I couldn't imagine a tiefling wouldn't be on their side. He exposed an entire cell. I personally knighted him just before the city was attacked. Of course, there were many who weren't happy about it, but it's not my job to make people happy. He hasn't disappointed. He has built up the Order's ranks again and is running everything so smoothly it's as if the demon attack never happened. He's proven more than once that I left Canabras in good hands. But I admit, it's still strange to think that such a small order as Eagle Watch now has 2 chapters, one in Drezen and one in Canabras. Allow me to ask some personal questions. Frowning a little, Irabeth nods. Please, but I must warn you there are some things I don't have the right to discuss. Do we want to dive into this now? I don't know if we really do. We don't really need to know about Anevia. I mean, I personally know about Anevia. And that's actually why Irabeth sold her sword, was to buy the Belt of Gender Change for Irabeth. So for Anevia. But now she got the sword back. How did you become a paladin? A bitter smile appears on the half-orc's face. I don't much like to remember it. Believe it or not, the story of how I came to become a paladin is also the story of how I failed to become a knight. My parents were crusaders, made their souls stand together in Iomede's celestial army. When I was born, they retired from the war and started preparing me to continue their legacy. But my father was an orc. You'd be pressed to find a calmer, wiser, and more pious servant of the goddess than he. But still, all his life he was dogged by sideways looks and whispers. When I grew older and it was time for me to serve, I decided anywhere but Canabras. That was where my father had served loyally, and the only reward had been injustice. Besides, the witch hunters, led by the Honourable Prelate Holren, stalked the city with a heavy hand. Who knows what they'd have done to a strange girl with green skin? Instead, I went to... A smirk that looks more like a painful grimace crosses her face. You can laugh if you want, but I was young and foolish. I chose Lastwall of all places. You can imagine how well I was accepted in a country that's been battling the orcs of Belkson since its foundation. Yeah, Lastwall is, like it says there, they're fighting orcs constantly, so it's an interesting spot for it to go. There were many there like me, but we were all treated as second-class citizens. To the local, my skin was worse than leper scabs. Even my brothers in faith kept their distance. I took my vows and the goddess granted me the powers of the Paladin. But even then, not a single order would accept me into their ranks. I spent another 6 months knocking on doors before I realized a simple truth. I serve Iomade, not these people. I don't have to prostrate myself before them. So I left, as a paladin, but not as a knight. It's probably hard for you as a human to imagine what it's like. With the very colour of your skin and the fangs of your mouth make people in the street turn on their heel to avoid you. I mean, no offence, of course. Okay, that'll do for now, Irabeth. We might talk to you again a little bit later. Thank you for your answers. Irabeth nods without saying a word. I have to go. Irabeth says goodbye with a short bow. Alright. Manage Crusade affairs. Save that just in case something happens. The Crusade is in auto mode. Access is limited. Oh, okay. Alright, well let's get back out then. So is this where I sleep now? Is this now my room? Aha, okay, so this is my room now. Right. So, this is where we'll do our level up then. Okay, Emerylda going to level 10. What are these different colours for? Means I must have to stay in that range, maybe? I don't know. Alright, we're going to stick with Shaman for the spellcasting, Persuasion, Trickery, and Religion. Okay, so this is a new hex. Are we on to greater hexes yet? When do we get greater hexes? We should get greater hexes at some point. I think we might have got them now. Let's battle friend animals. We already have friend animals, I believe. How do I know if we're getting greater hexes here? So that's not very good. Secrets. Metamagic feat. Benefits a creature within 30 feet. Hexes that affect the fortune hex, such as Cackle, also affect protective luck. At 8th level and 16th level. So, what is this? That's really good because I don't know if we could actually pull this off mechanically with the system. But if we could have Chant running permanently, we could theoretically then Protective Luck everyone in the party. And that would be amazing. That would be really, really good. So it's basically misfortuning everyone's attack rolls. But I don't know if it would actually work. Because if we go here... So essentially we would just have to... We'd have to be constantly clicking on this, wouldn't we? How would we even do that? So she'd have to essentially be chanting non-stop between fights. So yeah, it's not going to work. It's a neat idea. Does chant affect fortune? It does. Is fortune negated on the next attack? See, again, if you could guarantee that you could keep the chant up somehow, if there was like an option to continually chant and just suffer the movement speed loss, essentially, you could run Fortune and Protective Luck on everybody, which would be an amazingly good, stupidly good buff, actually. But so that one's not once every 24 hours. Fortune is once every 24 hours. Aura of Purity. So it gets rid of Stinking Cloud. Probably not too bad. Dazzled, Fatigued, Shaken, or Sickened. Draconic Resilience. You need to sleep. So Entangling Curse is a good hex. Probably too late to grab it. The Healing Hex is okay, but it's once every 24 hours as well per character. Well, her Persuasion's pretty good. So Intimidating Display is not too bad for her. It's an AoE debuff. I really like the idea of Fortune and Protective Luck. I think Fortune... it is only going to be once a day, so we'll have to be... we have to make sure we do the chanting. Go with Protective Luck, I think. I mean, we do have Misfortune as well. Intimidating Display. We're going to go with Protective Luck, I think. Okay. Alright, so Ciel. We're taking you to the next level, so you're a spellcaster. I want Abundant Casting. We'll get Enduring Spells for you later. Now your level up. You're staying Cleric. Level your 3 abilities there. Okay. So I could turn you into a little bit more of a combat person because you've got your armor feats, toughness, extra channeling. Where's this one? Selective channeling. So weapon focus glaive is not a bad idea for you. Combat casting is useless, as we've determined. Concentration doesn't work, so there's no point taking stuff to make it better. Extra channel is always a good choice. Extend spell is starting to become more useful. So, weapon focus glaive. No, because we might end up going sword and board for you. Definitely don't want spell focus. Brew potions. Potentially useful. Combat reflexes. Your dexterity is low. Be nice if it showed us stuff like that. Or does it? No. So, endurance, extra channel. We just go. We got extra channel already, don't we? What was this one? Toughness, yeah. Martial weapon proficiency. It's not a bad choice either, but you got the glaive because it's your favorite class. Let's go. Defensive combat training. I haven't really had many people use combat maneuvers against us for a while. Warrior Priest isn't too bad. In bonus to initiative and concentration, but concentration doesn't work, that's right. Scribe scrolls. Get us all the cleric spells for scribing. Could be good too. Extra channel. It's actually where I'm leaning towards extra channel. Let's just get it. Alright, whole bunch of new spells. Oh, because this is level 9. Alright, so he's going to go to level 10 as well. Which I don't think will be much choice, no. Alright, Darren, I'm not too stressed about you. Charisma. You've got a lot of levels to do you? Okay, Chaos Hammer, no. Crusader's Edge, it's only affects one friendly creature within touch range. Gives it Evil Outsider Bane, which is good. Cure critical wounds. Oh, we only get one, do we? Okay. Shield of Dawn is personal. Orders Wrath. Only chaotic and neutral creatures harmed by this spell. Holy Smite. Only evil and neutral creatures are harmed. This is very singular spell. Divine Power is personal. 1 hour per level. It probably doesn't stack with other things. Let's just go Holy Smite. I don't even know what to do. I don't even use you, but it's actually going to damage yourself, isn't it? Didn't think of that. Whoops. Oh, whatever. And now what we extra channel, extra channel, extra channel. Well, let's not break the trend. Level 2 Align Weapon. Level 3 Archon's Aura is good, but we don't want you in combat. Prayer is a good buff. Level 4, we might as well grab Crusader's Edge. Evil Outsider Bane is good. And level 10, so this is going to get you to, whoops, level 5 spells. Okay. Probably a Breath of Light, maybe? Disrupting Weapon? Raise Dead. Definitely don't need to have it. Why is Raise Dead? Oh, it's only Social. Emerylda can't Raise Dead. Ah, okay. Need to make some scrolls of that Social. That's why it wasn't available. Life Bubble? Constricting Coils. It's not a bad spell. Really short range though. break enchantment. It's good. It needs to be something that we can use over and over, though, doesn't it? So it doesn't sound that great. Righteous Might. I haven't really thought about what I want you doing, so it's not really... Needs to be something you can cast multiple times, doesn't it? So because of Raise Dead is for Social only, we might need to get Social back in the party. Getting Flame Strike. Disrupting Weapon needs to be something that's going to be eternally useful. It's a big pure plus ends a bunch of conditions. We'll just go with that. Whatever. I'm not going to be using you. What is this? Mythic Feat. Okay. Mythic Channeling. Yeah, there we go. That's what all your job is, isn't it? Is to be mythic. And you're a caster. Have abundant casting. Lan. Yeah, staying Divine Hunter. Raise Animal Companion. Okay. This is why I think we need to get you back in the party, Lan. Your athletics. Alright, this is your third level spell. Resist Energy Communal. We could go Protection from Energy Communal as well. Greater Longstrider. Go even faster. Chameleon Stride Greater. It doesn't give you stealth though, I believe. It just gives you... do I even have Chameleon Stride? I don't. I think it just gives you a bonus to your stealth score. So of these... It'd be nice to be able to have him throw down the protections as well. He's a mythic rank. Now, is there anything... It's a summons. So he's not summoning. Is there anything here to help with his companion? Possible domain. Master Mythical Beast. Here we go. Yep. Oh, ignore damage reduction. Okay, yep, wow. We are definitely tasting that. And now, we're definitely... I think we're definitely bringing you back in, hey now. Yeah, look at your stats. 34 strength. Whew! 32 armor class, yep. Don't know who we're going to replace for you. Camellia, I guess we better do your level up. No. 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 Mythic Sneak Attacker. Maybe. Maybe. Yes. Oh, wait, she's a rogue. She's already doing that. Never mind. Mythic Sneak Attacker. So are we going to stay rogue? I don't really care. I probably shouldn't. It's not... We're getting a rogue talent and improved uncanny dodge. Probably should only stay until we get... Is there anything worth sticking around for? We should probably have looked more at her build. I don't know. I'll probably rebuild her if I'm going to use her, but I have no intent of actually sticking with Camellia. I do want to see how her story rolls out, but don't have any desire to level her or have her as a regular part of the party. Alright, point blank shots pointless. What has she got? Sneak attacking. dodging, weapon focus. So I think combat mobility, not a bad one for her. How do I get her into the two-weapon fighting? Fencing grace, she doesn't need. The crane feats. Oh, unarmed strike. Okay. Never mind. Blind fight, not a bad choice for her, I suppose. The gap? No. Improved unarmed strike. Well, no, not really. Not really meta magic. Outflank and precise strike would be good if I was building the party around it, which I haven't been. Haven't really been thinking that through that well. So there's not really any feats there that I want you to have. You know, maybe we just go in for deceitful. No. Guess I don't really care what I give you, but it's not going to be point blank shot. That is no use to us at all. Sure. Let's get her some immunity. Iron Will is just a straight up +2 to will saving throw, so we'll get that. Mystery Seeker, Slippery Mind. Good one. Slow reactions could also be a good one. I guess Slippery Mind. That way, if we do have her in the party, she's at least less likely to fall prey to mind control. Okay. Oh, I thought she was automatically chanting. Oh my god, so much to do here. Automatically. No. Battle meditation. No. Brutality. No. Maybe. No ranged. Put a mark on him, maybe. Doesn't appear to have worked on the other characters that I used it on. Maybe. What's the one that I have selected? Dimensional Rush. I might go with that one. Let it go after mages. Alright. Now. We get to get another favoured enemy here. We will definitely do that. Yeah, we might stick with Ranger for now. She got a lot of skill points. We're never going to get that athletics high enough to be meaningful, are we? Yeah. Combat style. Let's just keep going archery. Have we already got improved critical longbow, have we? We must. Yep, improved critical longbow. Clustered shots. Let's improve precise shot again. Point blank master. Yeah, we might go with that. With the longbow. So she can shoot when things are right in her face. Now. Demons of Slaughter? Or Demons of Strength? Valor, Nelfasheen, Valencourt. Martial weapons and have a lot of special attacks. Babao, Cambion, and Incubus. Let's go Demons of Strength. And let's bolster Demons of Strength. Okay, a whole bunch of new spells. Cool. Jeez, we're getting there. Alright, Witch, you're staying with that. Now your Hex. You've got a few other hexes here, don't we? Oh, you're getting major hexes. Oh, so I don't get major hexes as a shaman. That's why I couldn't find them. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Nauseated for a number of rounds equal to Witch's level. Okay. Animal skin. Beast shape. Turning into a leopard. Beast's gift. Granting natural attacks. Delicious fright. No. Hoarfrost. 1 point of constitution damage per minute until it dies, saves, or is cured. Very slow going. Major ameliorating. So what do you got? Blinded, cursed, diseased, or poisoned. Major healing. Regenerative sinew. Fast healing 5 for a number of rounds equal to half the class level, or heals up to 4 points of ability score from 2 ability skills. That's not bad. Restless Slumber. Functions as slumber. Oh, d10 damage to itself each turn. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, let's go with Restless Slumber, shall we? Now we're after our 5th level spell. So we have Fire Snake already. So let's see what our options here are. Waves of Fatigue. Affected by spell resistance. No... Is that no saving throw? That's powerful. Feeble Mind. It's also powerful. Extremely powerful, actually. Cloud Kill. Not great. Baleful Polymorph is a save or suck, or essentially save or die, but she's already got that with the Slumber Hex. Feeble Mind's a way to deal with casters. Medium range is fairly long. So shuts down intelligence and charisma based skills and spell casting. So that could be extremely powerful against some more powerful demons. So waves of fatigue or feeble mind. We'll go feeble mind for now. Enyo. Alright. Sticking with wizard. And what is this? This is 5th level spell. Probably Phantasmal Weapon, Shadow Evocation. So in something that we're never going to actually use, maybe. Greater Invisibility might actually be worth picking up here. I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, we have a couple of spells. Okay. We've already picked up Feeble Mind. Hungry Pit. Pit is really good. Scroll Mastery. Scroll Savant can use his own caster level instead of the spell item's caster level. So that's going to be really good. Be really nice. Okay. Let's stick with Paladin. There's probably better things to do, but we're just gonna... What do you pick up here? It's worthwhile. Archon's Aura is good. Regil. Keep leveling the Hell Knight. Your will save is terrible. What of the God Claw? What's this? We already had that. That's a new aura? We already had that aura, didn't we? Oh, it just increased. Well, your level up was the most boring one, so I don't get to level Ivu up. You only level when I get a mythic tier, do you? Okay, but yes. Looks like we can actually equip you with some things, Ivu, so let's look at what we've got. I guess the first thing we need to do is decide who we're going to have in the party. Can I rearrange these? That would have been nice. Well, obviously Emerylda is going to be in. So Emerylda now brings Ivu with her. So that is significant. Now for a frontliner, I don't even have a sword anymore. Let's see if we can find you a sword. What do we got? A longsword of right, +1 cold iron, does D3 damage. +1 longsword. Where is Radiance? +2 cold iron longsword. It's not very good, but it's best we have at the moment, I suppose. Bastion of Lion's Heart, it's a tower shield. So do we want Sealer to remain on the front line? I think so. Do we want Sociel back in the party? Can Sociel use this? What's the downside of putting it on a weapon cannot be wielded by lawful good characters? So it doesn't stop him using it. +3 adamantine glaive. I mean, sure. Yeah. That frees up Finian. So we do have more options for Finian. The Rod of Mysticism is for you as well. Dex and Con. It's sort of like a tanking stat, isn't it? Your Dex is already 13, your max Dex is already 1, so there's no point giving you any more. About Regil. Works for you then. I really liked Regil, so I kind of want to keep him in the party. So does that mean our front line is going to be Sealer, Regil, and Sociel? That's half the party. And as much as I disliked Urushley at the start, I kind of want her back in the party. So she is a superior archer to Lan, although he's doing slightly more damage. Is that because he's got a better bow? No, because he's got more strength, significantly more strength. He also has athletics. So that in itself is a good reason to keep Lan. Because we got no one else with athletics in the party. Do you have athletics? Is it literally the only character in the party? Yeah, so the only character that they've given you with athletics is Lan. So unless you bring it on your main character, you kind of have to bring Lan along. Okay. So, interesting. So he's... As far as archers go, Urushley is quite powerful though. She's got much better to hit than Lan, much better AC. Not about the same saving throws. Very similar damage output, but I think Urushley's would be better. I think Urushley could be left at home. Favoured enemy will be quite powerful, and it's already proven to be quite powerful, especially with that shared bond. And now she's got demons of strength and demons of magic. But I don't... Ember is really... I don't want to leave Ember at home. But she's probably the least useful character I have in the party. Although she does bring AoE magic now. And Nenio... Why are you still a fox? I want you to go back to being a human. No, I can't change that at the moment. Nenio just brings a lot of power, magic-wise. Yeah, we need Nenio. You're a force multiplier. We need a front line. So Sealer... Could we just leave Sealer behind? Her armor class isn't that much better than Regel's. Her health HP isn't much better than Regel's. What do you actually bring, Sealer? So you do bring the Aura of Grace, you do bring the immunity, all the Paladin buffs and debuffs. Your saving throws are amazing. But Regil really proved himself. Yeah, with 4 really high bonus attacks. So what, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. And then... Well, what Socialby being getting brought for? So just more utility spells, restorations, and... the ability to raise dead. I guess having him remain back with raise dead prepared means we can always come back to him, doesn't it? What's his combat like? Combat stats are pretty poor, even though I've been trying to work on him a little bit. Does have a lot of spells though, so there's a lot of power in that as a cleric. But we did do the entirety of the Drezen Citadel without Social, and never... I think there might have only been once that I thought, oh, I needed more restorations. And that's where Social would have come in handy. What items are you wearing then? So the channeling is really quite good from him, but if I wanted channeling, I'd bring Darren. Darren is just the channel heal bot, so I don't think we need either. We didn't really struggle with healing. We went through a lot of pots though, didn't we? So how many channels do you actually have? How do I see? Abilities, does it tell me how many channels you have? No, it doesn't. Land brings Nal. Nal is amazing. Lan is clearly inferior to Erushale by himself. But he brings Nal, which is crazy. Why could you not have had an animal companion, Erushale? Why did you have to have Ranger's Bond? Makes sense for you though, for your personality, but... What do you have? You've got evasion. Touch. And I guess we can swap you in and out with Lan for story purposes, Erushale. I really did want you in the party, but I'm just not seeing where you'll fit. Unless we go really limited front line. So if we leave Regil, I'm more inclined to leave Sealer behind, to be honest. What if we just had the one of these two on the front? Because we'll then have Ivu and Nal. Then we're going to have the two archers. Two archers to absolutely dominate the ranged play. Two casters, one melee fighter. And then Emerylda. With all of her summons and hexes and buffs at the back. Might be the way to go. Alright, well, I guess I've made that decision now. Let's go through the gear, I guess. So, weapon-wise, Emerylda doesn't care. What are you wielding? A +2 keen composite longbow. You got a +3 bleeding short bow, and well, that axe can come off. You've never once switched to it, so it's unlikely you ever will switch to it. So don't have any better bow. So light crossbow +1. So you guys are staying behind. Ruchelet has a +2 composite longbow. What is Finian at the moment? +1 composite cold iron. Ghost touch. So I like the idea of having ghost touch available to me. There we go, away from Finian, there we go. Okay, armor wise, the same armor class. Damage reduction 3 piercing is too good to really give up here. What are you wearing? Adamantine full plate +2, and this is mithril +2 that reflects damage. Adamantine +1. That'll help you. No, it doesn't help your speed? Yeah. +3 max dex though. That'd be equipped by this character, because I guess it's Hell Knight plate, or maybe because it's small. But if we just leave that on you, and then put that on Regil. Why does that only give him 1 extra armor class? To max dex +3. So what are we getting here? This doesn't... Oh, because you're a fighter, you've got armor training, so you're getting your dex bonus anyway out of it. Okay. You get slightly more out of this because it's... yep, okay. We'll go with that. The shield... Whenever the enemy hits with any touch attack, it suffers 2d6 force damage. Or DR5 magic, we'll stick with that one. Although a lot of things have been hitting us with magic. What do we have in here? Agile Fists. What's your dex? No? It's not worth it. Epic Songs. It's Emerylda Natural Armor +2, but we'll... Emerylda Mighty Fists, +2 enhance of earth attack and damage rolls. Okay. Cool. Braces of Armor +2. Sure. Cloak of Resistance +3. A +2 bonus against compulsion and disease effects. Well, let's put that on you there. You should be immune to compulsion, so let's put another +2 onto you. And you can have one of these cloaks here. You can also have one... Oh, you can't wear a ring. Why can you wear a cloak but not a ring? That's interesting. +2 bonus to wisdom. Who uses wisdom? Emerylda, but I think she's already got one. Yeah, you use wisdom as well. And you might as well have the Phylactery. Okay, so we got no one for music. Ingredients, usable and notable. Okay, don't care about that. Now let's go back through the weapons. I'm pretty sure you've got the best weapon available to you. Well, you don't really. Radiance is pretty garbage still, but we're going to use it anyway. And what's this? Rabid Underdog is just a normal heavy pick. Yeah, Honourable Judgment's just such a good weapon, so we're not going to swap that out. Don't care about your weapon, or yours so much. Yeah, don't really care, Camellia. So see, you're using that new one. Okay. I guess that will do for now. Oh, Chainmail of Camaraderie. I guess you can wear the Adamantine full plate now, can't you? That'll help you a little bit. Can you wear this little chainmail? Okay, cool. Alright, let's go back to everything and filter by type again, and I think that's it. That was a fair bit of messing around. I know we're not yet. We have spells to prepare. So, I don't know why we keep losing. Well, I do know why we keep losing, because it keeps teaching the spiritness. So we're going to go with 2 bark skins there. 3rd level, 4th level spells. All the restorations all day long. Do we want to throw a stone skin in there? No, we can make them as scrolls, and that's what we should be using. Personal. Spike stones. We didn't end up casting it, did we? I mean, we might as well get another dismissal in there. We got one. Let's get a 2nd Breath of Life. Okay, you don't cast. You do. You're not going to be coming with me though, but I better memorize spells just so I don't forget. Another Hour's Wisdom, I suppose, and maybe a couple of restorations, or a restoration, whatever. You've got 2 prepares, resist energy communal. What else do we got? Another Archon's Aura. Got 2 prayers already. What about another magic vestment? Well, it's not the sort of spell you need twice. Another dispel magic. Okay, let's make sure that you have lots of restorations prepared. So if we ever come back to camp and we need to cure negative levels, you'll be able to switch you in and do it. Same deal. Anything else we've got you to summon? You know what? Because you're going to be in camp, that's what we need you to have. Yep. Prepare a few of these, a couple of these, a couple of these, or maybe just one of those. I don't really need that too many of them. A couple of cleansers, that'll do. Not too worried about what spells you have, to be completely honest. Okay. Alright, no new spells. We get a 3rd level spell here. Featherstep Mass, Magic Fang Greater. I think we already have these. Magic Fang and Featherstep. Yep, so we already have them on the Hunter. Instant Enemy, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a really good spell to have. 8 uses per day. Nenio. Okay, let's get a Hungry Pit. In your 5th level, 4th level, have we got any new spells that we want here? Greater Invisibility. Shadow Conjuration I have not cast yet, so we'll get another Greater Invisibility on there. Pretty sure we're at rounds per level. Yeah. Haven't cast Hold Person yet. It hasn't been really relevant. What is this? Some invisibilities, see invisible, yeah. So we're keeping all those, they're all sort of relevant spells still. Sealer, we want to keep those. Holy Whisper becomes sickened. Archon's Aura, Angelic Aspect. Could be useful as a buff. It won't stack with a lot of things. Archon's Aura is probably better because it's a debuff to the enemy. Do you have spells? You do. Not really anything useful yet though. Cantrips. Whew, okay. There's all our level ups done. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. I should probably take all the books out, hey? Way I can sell them all. Alright, let's sleep to replenish all of our resources. Now, scrolls. Who else do we have that's got scribing? Nobody? No, we'd probably need to get someone else to scribe scrolls. So, let's just stick with hastes. Stone skins, while we have the mats. Alchemy, who has the ability to brew potions? It was someone obscure, wasn't it? Yeah, it was you. And you. Not even social? So what potions can you make? Cure light wounds. Chance of success 60%. Okay, maybe not. It's probably going to be even worse for you, isn't it? And you can't even do it anyway. Not enough reagents for that. Let's just make a normal hearty meal. Better give you somebody to help you. Okay.
Hey, Asimar boy. I calculated the number of sexual encounters you've had in your life, considering the young age at which you presumably became sexually active, and your lack of general moral principles. The total was 2,184.
Let's look at your workings. So 3 times a week, twice on each occasion, for 7 years. There's your error. I go 3 rounds on Sundays. If we recalculate, that gives us 2,548.
Okay. Cool. 1 health potion of cure light wounds. That's going to come in handy. Alright. Let's keep going then. Oh, so we can pick straight to where we want to go. Well, let's go to the streets. Where's Ivu? Not around? Okay, well, let's look at the map. Let's just go exploring, shall we? So we've already been out here. We need to find the storyteller. I assume that he's going to join us here in Drezen. Ivy seems to have disappeared, but that's fine. Jewelry trader. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, let's sell our junk for starters. Alright. Whoops. Always wanted to make this weapon useful. I wanted to make a build that uses that. Pretty good weapon there. Herald of Pain. That's a really good sword too. We've got no one to make advantage of it. That's also a really good weapon. So maybe I should hang on to that one. Yeah, never actually going to use it. 44,000, 190,000. Let's see what we have available here. Grants the companions +1 morale bonus on all skill checks. Prices of armor +5, only 25 grand. That's pretty good. Ring of protection +2. grab a couple of those. Headbands. Natural armor +3. Protection +3. Okay. Maybe I need to keep an eye on... Alright, so we're not going to buy anything yet. We will come back here after we've seen what all these other shops have got to offer us. Because we might have a few things to buy. Whenever the wielder of this robe uses a divine power to summon a creature, they could choose to give these creatures attacks either wholly... Oh, okay. Definitely have to buy that. That's a no-brainer. What are you actually wearing at the moment, Emerylda? Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a no-brainer for you. Not a bad option either, but again, we're not going to buy it just yet. Celestial Protection. +5 resist bonus against demons. That's really good. Actually, that is also... Yeah, it's expensive, so we're not going to buy it just yet. Thick Pelt Cloak. Immunity to fire. Whenever the wearer of this cloak channels energy. Oh, that's kind of cool too. We've got some scrolls here. Bit of dust. Let's see if we can get some Erase Dead. Deep Slumber, False Life, Summons, Fire Snakes, Animate Dead. It'd be nice if there was some sort of order to how these spells are. Haste, Heroism. If I could search the scrolls, man, scroll management in this game is an absolute mess. Contagion, Phantasmal Killer. Like, what is this even sorted by? Wand of Enlarged Person, Wand of Shocking Grasp. More scrolls. Hold Monster Dismissal. Chain Lightning. Lots of different polymorph scrolls. Dominate, Scroll of Hellfire Ray, Scroll of Dragonkind. This must be arcane scrolls actually. Wand of Corrosive Touch, Wand of Create Pit. Sirocco is a good spell. It's a higher level spell though. Wand of Hideous Laughter. It's not a bad spell either. We didn't see any wand of... Oh. We will buy that because of that. Oh. That's going to be a useful shirt for Emerylda. And then what does this do? Immunity to Nauseated and +3 on saves against acid. Who's not wearing a shirt? There you go. Citizens around here. There's Darren. Ugh. Great. Looking around the place, the Count seems quiet and dejected. Ah, Emerylda, hello there. I'm feeling uncharacteristically pensive right now. Or rather, I'm finding it rather difficult to put my thoughts into words today. I'm trying to understand something. We've been travelling together for a while now. What's your opinion of me? You're an arrogant, egotistical brat. Sincerely believe that you can change and become a better person. Don't let anyone get close. You're a useful tool. I know the truth. I know what really happened. No. I sincerely believe that you can change and become a better person. It's definitely Emerylda. Ugh. Did you really have to spoil the moment with such a trite reproof? Fine. Do you know why I asked you that? Because the answer to the question, what do you think about me, usually reveals more about the one doing the answering than the one doing the asking. Now that I've got you thinking, let's proceed to the usual small talk. Do you want to talk about your past? I've been thinking about you a lot since... not really. Do you want me to write you a detailed report? You're the commander of the Crusade, not my personal biographer. Why do you need this boring trivia? Okay. Goodbye. Well, if you want to be like that, then we're not going to chat, are we? Camellia. Greetings! The neat smile on Camelia's lips disappears so quickly you almost wonder if you imagined it. I won't keep you. I really want to know what's going on with her. Alright, so there's a house here. Is there anything inside worth doing? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It looks pretty empty. A few little bits of loot. Yeah, just crafting mats by the looks of that. Wonder if Ivy's actually with us now. Okay, so let's head back this way then. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Sure, we'll take another book. And looks like we've got a few people here now. So, exotic weapons provider. Okay, so this is where we're getting some interesting weapons. Axiomatic Ghost Touch Nunchucks. Nature's Agony, Cold Iron, Masterwork. 3 Carmen. So you're more of exotic, like it said, exotic weapons. Mighty Blow of Good. 4 card, plus 2 Evil Outsider Bane 4 card. Plus 3. Yeah, that's actually a really good weapon. Just don't have anyone that's using that style of weapon right now. Hey, Wilsa. Shh. Are you going to manage the fortress now? No way, Commander! Quartermaster throws up his hands. Not in a million years! I can manage an expedition just fine, but running a fortress is a different kettle of fish. It's enough work to make a man's head explode. That's why they sent us an expert from Neurosian. Her name is Dorgalinda Stranglehold. I've seen how she handles things. She knows what she's about, that one. I am a day, bless her. She'll be managing the fortress. And I'll keep taking care of the soldiers just like I've been doing. Gleaming Banded Armor. What is this? Heavy armor, plus 3 fire resistance and immunity to a bunch of different things. Nice. Icy Burst Keen Cold Iron Bastard Sword, plus 3. Nice. Holy Speed Composite Short Bow. Greatsword, plus 3. Flaming Rapier, plus 2. Longsword, plus 3. Keen Shock Long. Nothing here is standing out as something I need to buy. Light Shield of Lessening Adventure, no. Heavy Shield of Innate Trust, nope. Quiver of Sacred Vengeance, that's good. Plus 6 Constitution, also good. Furyborn Child. What is the Furyborn special ability? Oh, okay, that's cool. Bag of Holding. Belt of Giant Strength, plus 4. We'll grab that, actually. And we might grab that, too. Definitely be able to make use of it. Why did we not sell everything we had? Oh, we must have only gone through weapons. Looks like we did. Full plate, half plate of Vigor. Lady Chalandra's chain shirt, yeah. We should probably make sure that we Agile Fists. Make sure we have used all those up. Definitely want to keep those usables. Might as well keep the lucky dice. Other. Alright, let's go through and sell all this stuff. Goodbye, books. Definitely going to keep those. Keep that. That looks like a chili, not a coffee cup. Interesting. They're not junk. Interesting. Honey. What are these things if they're not? Where was our letter from Neurosian? I don't know what these are if they're not junk. Did I sell our letter? What is this? Something we picked up during our adventure. But not sell those, eh? Keep anything that looks like a letter. Okay. So not really much in the way of weapons here for us, but we'll take those 2 items. Still got some more stuff over here I want to check before I spend all the cash. Did we just walk past some loot? We did. There's a lot of people moved in here. It's only 10 days, I suppose. Why have we got peasants moved in already? Feels like we should just have soldiers everywhere still with only 10 days in. Where are we? Going that way. Sia Morveg down there. That's One-Eyed Devil. You're appearing on here. A short chubby tiefling with a golden eye patch spits, chewing tobacco beneath his feet. Takes another pinch from a tobacco box adorned with jewels. A fine day to you, Commander. Welcome to the One-Eyed Devil's trading house. His proud manner suggests that each word begins with a capital letter and perhaps even continues in capital letters as well. Okay. Show me your wares. Headband of Alluring Charisma +4? Sure. Kami +1, matching Scale Mail. Holy Rapier +2 would be good if we were using one of those. Hide Barding +1. What are you wearing? A lightened harness. Chain shirt Barding +1. So you can actually wear that one, so we'll grab that. Can you wear Barding? No. That looks like about all that you have that we want. 35,000, sure. Alright. Put some new armor on you. And what was this? It was a strength +4 belt. Who was I going to put that on? So you're wearing a con +2. Got options. What about you, Lan? You're wearing strength and dex, so that's going to affect your attack bonus. You're wearing strength and con. Let's go straight strength for you. And then strength and con can go on to you. And straight constitution can just go in here. Yeah, that'll work. Charisma +4, so that'll be for you. Yep. Do you have a ring of protection? You don't. Probably doesn't really matter. You have one, you have one, you don't have one. Doesn't really matter who's wearing that. Everyone's got cloaks of resistance, don't they? Yeah. Okay. Lesser extend magic, meta magic rod should go with you. Dice randomly grant the owner +1 luck bonus to AC triggering enemies attack once per day. Lasts for the whole day. Who's... Sure, you can have some lucky dice. So appropriate for someone so heavily lawful. Sure, that's going to be just absolutely grinding your gears. Okay, let's see what's in the inn. Alright, nearly finished this town. There's a fair bit to do in Drezen. Okay, bit of loot to grab, just crafting mats. Wow. Pretty good lock on that chest. Books. Elemental essences. Not much else in here. Is there any upstairs to go to? No. Oh wait, there it is. 2nd floor. The one old killer told this my brothers and me on his deathbed, and he died, and no one knows but us. I know this is their sacred forest. They prayed in the meadow of the spirits. Shamanic relics, you say? A big treasure? It sounds like a lie. Everything was collected, carried away, and buried in that cave. The scouts say a bear lives in those forests, a terrible one, and there must be magic guards in the cave. That's why we suggest you come with us. We'll split the treasure equally. That's it? Okay, hello. No. So you're just the guy that recruits people again, that's right. Nenio. So the experiment, Nenio gestures excitedly. I will need some supplies for this one. Girl, please bring me a bottle of alcohol. Any will do, and please hurry up. Science can't wait. I brought a bottle of alcohol for you. Nenio snatches the bottle out of your hand and stares at it with all the covetousness of a seasoned alcoholic. Here it is, my path to learning the true values of humanity from the perspective of the lowliest man on the street. She produces a corkscrew from her sleeves and looks at it in bafflement, then at the bottle, then at the corkscrew again. After which she hands the bottle back to you. Open it! This experiment definitely don't work if we won't open it. Do you always carry a corkscrew up your sleeve? Don't be preposterous, but I'm always meticulous when it comes to preparing for my experiments. I plan for every eventuality. Alright, I admit it, that's not true, but I have truly prepared for this particular experiment. What is this experiment going to be about? I'm taking a huge risk of this experiment. I'm putting my reputation, my good name, and even my future on the line. With the help of this bottle, I will lower myself to the intelligence of the average man on the street, and I will try to understand the mentality of someone wholly devoid of intelligence. You surely know, maybe even from personal experience, that alcohol dampens mental activity and is a catalyst for stupidity. With a brain like mine, alcohol is the only way to find out how it feels to be an idiot. Fine, let's get started. I'm taking a huge risk with... You just said that. Well, let's begin. With the steely resolve of a warrior going to his last battle, Nenio takes a big gulp straight from the bottle. What? Ugh, that's disgusting! After she overcomes the urge to vomit, she looks at you with teary eyes. How do you all drink this? I am doing this for the sake of science. Another gulp. Ugh, that should be enough. Ugh. Now, am I stupid yet? Quick, ask me something smart. How many heroic acts did Iomedae perform? 11, of course. She did all manner of things. Turned her cloak into a bridge, created a powerful artifact out of nowhere using just her broken sword and a bit of prayer, and even talked to some undead into throwing himself upon his sword. By the way, did you know that if you question the authenticity of these acts in the centre of Iomedae's cathedral in Nerosin, you can get a boot-shaped bruise right in the lower of your back? Would seem I'm not drunk enough yet. Nenio takes another swig from the bottle. Right. It seems to be working. Now, I need to come up with an idea right now. Usually I have tons of ideas. Let's see now. Dascari and Baphomet. Their anti-Crusader alliance is not effective enough. They need to unite their forces on the physical level. Baphomet needs to mount Dascari and ride him into battle. 2 in 1. Yes, the experiment was successful. I am definitely drunk. She takes another gulp from the bottle to further confirm her condition. So how does it feel to be drunk for the first time in your life, from a scientific point of view? Terrific! I have definitely become more stupid. More than that, I am as dumb as a box of rocks, and right now I don't give a rat's ass about science. Wait, I think I've got it. That's how men on the street see science. They don't give a rat's ass about it. Who cares how many heroic acts Iomedae performed? 1 million or not a single one? Iomedae is over there, Nenio says with a vague wave of her hand, whereas the bottle is right here, where it belongs. Congratulations. Now what? That's it for now. The experiment was a success. Just a moment, Nanya steals at you with glazed eyes, shakes her head, and exhales loudly. When she meets your gaze again, her eyes are crystal clear. Alright, I'm fine now. What was that? What was what? A moment ago you were drunk as a skunk, and now all of a sudden you're stone cold sober. Is that so? Nanya looks at the bottle in her hand, thoughtfully licks her lips and nods. It seems that this is indeed what happened. Clearly I decided to forget the incident entirely because I no longer need this information. What I need now is to write an article for the encyclopedia about the influence that alcohol has on an individual's mind. So you can simply forget you were drunk and sober up? I have simply blocked the deleterious effects of alcohol from my mind. To put it in basic terms, I just forgot I'd consumed alcohol. The mechanism is similar to the one that I used to get rid of irrelevant memories. It's not overly complicated if you know how to do it. That's amazing. I would love that power. What? What are we talking about? Alright, happy I could help. On behalf of future generations, I formally thank you for your assistance in this momentous experiment. Now I have time to answer your questions. Come on, ask away. That's interesting. I wonder if she'll get a power that will actually let us remove negative effects from herself. That could be interesting indeed. Thank you for bringing loot to us. Alright, sorted that one out. Let's head back outside. Did I search all through here? I think I did. Oh, maybe not. Sure. I don't know if I actually went in this place when the city was under siege. I went into the tavern up here. So that's the one-eyed devil. Jewelry artisan. Okay, so this might be some more stuff we can spend in here. Or not. Golden Golem. Welcome to the shop of Derek Sunhammer, the finest jewelry in all of Mendev. True artistry, crafted by the master himself and his apprentices. Take a look. Show me your wares, Golem. Okay, so... nothing here that we need. No, nothing here that we need. Okay, interesting though. Alright, Half Measure Tavern. Let's see if there's anyone in here for us to talk to. So this is where we killed that massive demon in this area back here, wasn't it? Fire the Tavern Keeper. The boy sitting on the counter looks about 18. He salutes you with dignity, though his eyes scarcely rise from the tavern's ledger. The Knight Commander at my establishment. What an honour. My name is Fai Kaito. I'm the owner of the Half Measure. How should I address you? I ask because you some don't like undue formality, while others scoff at the tediousness of ceremony and titles. You may call me by my name. Teal, I know your name of course. Who in Drezen doesn't? So what can I do for you? A wine, a meal, or a heart-to-heart talk? Let's see what you have on offer. So what are you selling? Plus 10 on perception. Target becomes disoriented for D4 rounds after a crit from a range attack. That's pretty good. Potion of Cure Light. I'll take them all, but there's not many there, is there? Mulled wine. Oh, sure, we'll take that too. It's pretty interesting. What's the feeling here in the city? I can only tell you about my customers. They're mostly working folks, the ones who are rebuilding what's been destroyed, along with soldiers and some merchants. Overall, spirits are as high as they can be in Mendev, nation of rattling sabres and fluttering banners. Everyone loves it when the demons get their horns, tails, and other parts handed to them. They've already forgotten that we nearly lost Canabras. War is like that. People live one day, and that day is tomorrow, and not yesterday. You've been a source of joy and inspiration for everyone as well. Just a simple girl, an ordinary human, not an elf with the wisdom of ages, not an ASMR blessed by heaven, and yet you defeated the demons and thumbed your nose at the Queen's Knights. That's the kind of story people love. Glad to hear I'm a source of hope and inspiration. You know what my mother used to say back when she was alive? Little smiles grow into big drink victories. Let's drink to that. Another round on the house. I have to go. So long. Come again. You'll always be welcome here. Okay. Anyone else in here? Greybore. Right. Okay. Before you stands a dwarf. He has stone, rugged features and looks to be well armed. He fills his pipe with tobacco from Garund, lights it and blows out a cloud of smoke. Finally, he addresses you in a deep, dignified voice. I want to hire you for a dragon hunt.
A large adult female? The one that's been snatching people and carrying them off? I've heard about her. That's an impressive target. I can take this job, but only if we do it soon. I'm expecting a new assignment from my regular client, and I'll have to leave as soon as I have the orders. And of course, you should know that this dragon will not come cheaply. 2,500 gold, paid in advance.
I mean, we could do the dragon ourselves. Sure. But you can do it for us, Greybore.
Let's get down to business.
Wait, we?
It's no easy thing to take down a dragon when you don't have wings, so you'll need to follow my lead.
No.
The best thing would be to catch her by surprise in her lair, but we need to find it first.
Why am I paying you
Since she doesn't
if I have to
leave
help you?
tracks, that might be tricky, but I think I have a solution. We need to go west of Drezen, to the Grimwood Forest.
That's not how this works, Greybore.
The dragon's been seen there often. According to the scouts, this is likely because there's still some wild game left in those parts. We'll set up an ambush there. I hope I can rely on your honesty. I understand that on our way to the dragon, there may be other fights or places we need to visit for various reasons. That's to be expected. However, should I see that you are deliberately delaying the contract, or that you're dragging me off to assault some demon citadel instead of going after the dragon, we will have to revise the terms of our agreement.
Well, I thought the terms of our contract would be I pay you, you slay a dragon. If I'm going to slay the dragon anyway, why am I paying you? So now the Greybore has joined us, has he? What is he? Slayer. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. What's he wield? War axe. 2-weapon fighting, is it? Worships Nagorba. Studied target. Double slice. It makes sense with his high strength bonus. 2-weapon fighting. Improved 2-weapon fighting. Yep. Okay. Attack bonuses are alright. Compared to Regil though, he's a little bit weaker, isn't he? But then he gets the Slayer bonuses. He does have athletics. Now, what are you recommending? Slayer talents. Hunter surprise. Skill mastery, slippery mind. Uncanny dodge is also a good one. That's also a good one. Also a good one. So we might though go. Oh, familiar's not bad either. Yeah, that's really good. Make them sickened. What's your inventory like? +3 axe, +3 axe, frost. Cast cone of cold, +2 breastplate. Yeah. I don't know why I paid 2.5 grand. Sure. that I was paying for you to go kill the dragon, not for me to kill the dragon and have to have you in my party. That sounds like you should be paying me. Alright. How are we done? We're not done yet. Oh, wow. It looks like we're about halfway done, Drezen, and we've been going for 2 hours nearly. So I was hoping to wrap up Drezen in a single episode, but it looks like we are going to have to save it here and pick it up again later. So we've done our level ups, we've gotten everyone ready to go, we've picked up Greybore, we've talked to half the people in the town, we'll finish the other half later on. Why did Regil have to identify his gear? That's hilarious. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe, and we shall see you in the next episode.